do all this. There's got to be something. And then, I'm from Britain, as you probably gather, and a lot of people in the States think I'm from Australia, and I think, oh, what's that one out there? Totally different accent. And we heard in Britain that our Queen, God bless her, had been, our Queen had invited over this cowboy to come and show us how to work with horses. Oh. Now, I'd never met any American people. When I had, I tell a lie, when I was a kid, my dad used to show the movie stars, and I met great people like Gregory Peck, Telly Savalas, and these great real stars. You know the old days when they were real stars. Yeah. Put a dog in a handbag, you know, none of real mega people, you know. And they were pretty cool. And my great uncle Jim, who I sort of sat at the Miat going, oh my God, he when a certain Wild West show came to London in 1897, he thought that was cool and ran away. Yeah, in 1896, he ran away and joined them for a while. He told me about these Indians, they're cool guys. Cool guys. A lot to know about that. But I never met any ordinary Americans, you know? What I knew about Americans. I'm from Britain, we understand you. So when this guy came over, we thought, yeah, cowboy. You know, expecting a yeehaw. Yeah, we were ready for you. And he got this horse, because my friends were in the horses, I was riding, we were doing pretty good. And a friend of mine went, he's very kind with horses, so she got this guy with this horse in a pen, and he kind of shoot it one way, and then he shoot it the other, and then it followed him, and then he put the saddle on, did a bit of work, not a lot, then a bridle, and he got the rider up, all in less than 30 minutes. Oh, please. How gullible did you think I'm British. Skepticism, you guys are beginners at that. British people are so skeptical. And we thought, yeah, it was trained, it's got to be trained. How can anybody, if it was that easy, why ain't everybody doing it? Because they're not. So we walked away going, yeah, American, yeah, California, for goodness sake. So we left. And the following year, he came back. And this time he asked for genuinely unbroken 2-year-olds. Well, we had one. We had Ginger Rogers. And her brother, as you gathered, Fred Astaire. But Ginger Rogers was chestnut thoroughbred mare with attitude. Lots and lots of attitude. She could cow, she could calf. And you'd be going, sorry, the dent will have you think about it. Leave his horse away, and she'd be going, oh, this was fun. So we offered her to this gentleman, and we knew he'd never seen her. And we went down, and he had her moved around the pen a bit, and I thought, check him for, and then he said, I have to make sure she's sound. Oh, that makes sense. No injury. So that he said she'd be my baby starter. Now, that was one of the things I loved. It wasn't going to break her. It was called it starting the baby. Nice. So I like that attitude. And he said, I'm going to work with her nature. I'm going to let her be what she is, a horse. And I'm going to make her want to lead with me, want to choose me as leader. And these ideas were going through my head saying, I like this. But hey, I'd seen you last year, and that was trained, I knew. Or a fluke. Yeah, that must have been a fluke. So then he accepted her, and he didn't touch her. And that evening, they went into the pen, and this was brilliant, because as the gentleman was standing at the front, the audience was about 30 people. And he stood there just talking to us. And Ginger Rogers stood at the back of his pen, and she's going, we did exactly what you did, we laughed. And the gentleman turned around and looked at her, and as he did, she went, and then came round. And then she started again. And he looked round and she did it again. And we thought, she's got his number. Okay, Mr. Cowboy, American Cowboy, she's going to show you. 23 and a half minutes later, she had had saddle, bridle, rider, and was following him like a little lamb. No sweat, no anxiety. She said, I want to be here. My friend Wendy then turned to her husband, John, dug him in the ribs and said, build me a round pen. Whatever you want, honey. And this gentleman's name was Monty Roberts, and I kind of watched it and learned it, but it wasn't just what he said, it was the results he got. I saw him take one horse after another, communicate in the same way, and the horse would respond. He didn't tell you what was going to happen, and it happened. And seeing the horse that we knew and loved so well, him just respond to him, and she was so easy to handle after that. She was so responsive. She wanted to be with him. So the first thing I'm going to ask you to think about is, like he did, don't talk about breaking, talk about starting. When you're going to work with your dog, I'd like you to think about the words you use. If you can smile when you address your dog, if somebody says to you, dominate your dog, try and say the word dominate and smile. You can't. It's true, dominate. No, it don't work. My face don't work anyway. So what I'm saying is that we have to look at this as a friendship. You know, you're building a relationship, and relationships don't happen overnight. You know, once you turn 10 years of age, you do not have a new best friend. I mean, my granddaughter was 7, I've got a new best friend, Grandma. I go, yeah, you're single. The 13-year-old goes, I don't like that person. I've got to have my friend prove myself. You think about the friends you have, relationships you build. It's all built on many things, but trust is first. Trust is everything. And then the fact that that being wants nothing more from you than being with you. Sharing. Whether it's the time you're at, where you are, whatever. If it's a quiet time, you're sitting there together, it's sharing. You think about your real friends. I mean, I've got a lot of acquaintances, as you can imagine, but I am blessed with some fantastic friends. And just 2 weeks ago, I had a bit of an emotional roller coaster because one of my dearest friends, who we've been friends for 48 years now, we had to bury her daughter. And that was tough, because I babysat that kid, you know. But the very next day, I was at my other dear friend's 40th wedding anniversary. But all these people mean so much to me because they were there for me, and I hope I was there for them. So a friendship is about that, and it's blessed, it's valued. What's the saying? If you can count your friends on one hand, you're rich. Well, if that's a dog, you are mega rich. So why, when somebody tells you to hurt that guy, do you even let it happen? I would ask you, even if you reject what I have to say, to ask that question. If anybody who ever says, put this thing around his neck that's going to hurt it, but it will make it work. To say, whoa, would I want this? So, this is the thing I want you to think about. With my dogs, I don't give my dogs commands. I don't train my dogs. If you said to one of my dogs, sit, they go, pardon? Because they'd be like, why? My dogs don't sit on request, command, anything. Those people have seen the DVD of one of my books, the Dog Listener, which you in the States got in the two books together. You'll see my Sadie doing those things. She did them 3 times. 2 photographic sessions and 1 to the DVD. We didn't do it any other time, because there's no need. Oh wait, you want my dogs to wait? I like my dogs to wait when I ask them to, because we could be out on you have freeways, and I love it, they are free. We were driving around, we saw no cars. In England we have car parks. Called freeways, but they're not, they're right. And if you break down on one of those, you've got to get the dogs out of the vehicle. You need to have them safe so they'll wait. You don't want them charging out and getting killed. So, and I like my dogs to stay. If I see danger, I'm going to go, and I don't actually say stay, it's a gun dog term. I go, hop, very quick. You know, hop, just can drift out as easy as you like, and they'll just wait there, because I've asked them to. So think about this relationship. You're going to be building this magic. Because when you listen, you learn. When you learn, you understand. And when you understand, then you create magic. And that's what the dog listening is all about. The listener is somebody who really wants the answers instead of telling that dog or telling those people. This evening, when we answer your questions, it's going to, and I tell you now, every non-medical behavioural question I can answer. If I couldn't, I wouldn't be standing here. I want you to know it's very, very simple, very straightforward. an ongoing process. You haven't got to take hours out to train these guys. You just live a certain way with them, using their language. If Monty used the language of the horse, you see, if you want to succeed, human beings, there's only one species that will do this, okay? We've always done it that way. Yeah, but it don't work. I know, but we've always done it that way. Only one species will do that. It's the same species that thinks it's the best on this planet. if every human was to go to the planet tonight, the planet would go, oh.